When people think of Sex and the City, they often think of Carrie and Big, but rewatching,
I couldn't help but wonder.
What about Charlotte?
I think I'm in love with you, Charlotte.
Charlotte meets Trey when she's running away from her loser married friend who is proclaiming his love for her. It's like something out of a rom-com. Damsel in distress, knight in shining armor.
I'm Trey.
From what we know about Charlotte, that is enough to have her hook, line, and sinker. Charlotte is the most idealistic of all the ladies. She believes in love and soulmates against all odds and often against reason.
I wouldn't take it slow with him. I think he could really be the one.
She was delulu before the word even existed. And honestly, she has every right to be. Her and Trey were giving Matthew McConaughey and Jennifer Lopez in Wedding Planner with how they met.
I heard this woman yell like a hyena.
I did not!
When you're both at that stage of retelling a story like it's some cosmically destined event, you know that this might be a serious relationship.
I love you, Charlotte.
He drops the I love you fairly quickly, and then we find out Charlotte is still waiting to sleep with him. She's never been shy before, we know this. So what's the hang-up?
Trey is this close to proposing. I can feel it.
When you're someone like Charlotte and you think you found the one, you'll do anything to break the cycle of all the past relationships that you wanted to work, but didn't. And that can involve creating a whole new rule book for yourself and believing if you don't follow it to the letter, you'll jinx everything. And since it's working so well, I mean, she got an I love you in 2 weeks, she's sticking to it.
A doctor from Family Money who had it all.
He's literally Charlotte's ideal. When she meets Trey's mother, Bunny, look at where they are. We know that Charlotte is a girl with high standards, and why not? When we look at Miranda, for example, an accomplished, smart woman, she's found herself in a lopsided relationship with Steve. But with Trey, despite Charlotte's middle-class upbringing, she's entering a world she doesn't fully understand.
You should have a red wine instead.
When Trey orders a drink, his mother grazes his arm and subtly suggests that he have a red wine. And Trey responds,
Alrighty.
It's giving Norma and Norman Bates, I can hear the music. The only thing worse than a boy mum is an old money boy mum.
Maybe you should go to Cote Basque instead.
It happens again almost 10 seconds later, and Charlotte is foolishly impressed by this and tries her hand at pulling a bunny.
Endive, please.
Certainly. Maybe you should try the tomato basil.
Copying the habits and tactics of your boyfriend's mother is gross on so many different levels. Number one, it suggests that your role as a girlfriend is to now fill the absence of a mother. And two, it suggests that there's an eerie similarity between mother and lover, which I'm sure Freud would be salivating over.
You can't keep getting away with it! Charlotte.
Yes?
Here's where Charlotte loses the plot. Do you see that? The desperation in her eyes?
Maybe we should get married.
Alrighty.
Thankfully, she has enough self-awareness to know that it's an embarrassing disaster. She proposed to herself, and he just agreed. Alrighty. Is that how she wants to see her way through life? I'm pregnant. Alrighty. I just got hit by a bus. Alrighty. Oh, Charlotte.
I proposed to myself.
Carrie tries to calm her down, but I think sometimes Carrie's narcissism stops her from fully being able to help her friends. I always have to whack Carrie a few times when I make a Sex and the City video, even if it's not about her.
There was no kneeling. There was no ring. This is an awful engagement story.
She's absolutely deflated, wind removed from her sails, and Trey discussing his mother's approval does little to lift Charlotte's spirits until Trey stops them in front of a Tiffany's and suggests they go in and get Charlotte the most beautiful ring, to which she responds,
Alrighty.
It turns things around, most definitely. However, he doesn't get on one knee. Does that bother anyone except me? Anyway, with her new story crafted for the kids, she's more than happy to accept. But should she be? Trey McDougal is handsome, accomplished, wealthy, but he's hollow.
Alrighty.
Where's his personality? You can say a lot about the men the other women date, but they had personalities. Trey, he's polite and accommodating, but he's walking through this relationship passive. For example, sleeping together. Charlotte has every right not to want to sleep with him, but he never talks to her about it so that they're on the same page. He just passively follows along. He's comfortable not communicating and not having transparency.
Did you do your guest list for the party?
Oh, right. What you got?
As Trey dashes off, he gives Charlotte his wedding list and a prenup. This relationship has more strings than a marionette. The prenup throws Charlotte off. Trey keeps knocking her back into reality with these hiccups. He went from dropping the cash with a single pout to give her everything she wants to making her feel like this is a business arrangement.
Well, this all looks pretty normal.
Like Miranda explains, there's no issue with the practicality of a prenup, but the biggest issue with Charlotte and Trey is the way he does it. He doesn't sit down and discuss it with her. It's a drive-by, especially with the stipulation where
I'm only worth $500,000.
And if you have any boys, you'll get another $100,000 free and clear.
Well, how much for girls?
Nada.
What? Pardon me?
Talk to Trey.
remember those 3 words, acronym TTT, something that Charlotte struggles to do. Express her true feelings to the supposed love of her life. Should it be that way? Absolutely not.
What does Trey say?
Nothing.
Marrying a man with no backbone, Charlotte doesn't see how alarming it is that Trey leaves such important matters up to his mother at his big age. The fact that he was so cavalier about it, he handed it to her, and he left it with her to come to grips with, alone. Barely a kind word, barely any acknowledgement. He's not protecting her or preparing her. He's completely emotionally detached. It's not even just avoidance. Where's the emotional processing between the two of them?
I really love him, I do, but I feel like no one cares about me.
So Trey's going to be her husband, but he's never going to be her partner.
Charlotte realized if she ever wanted to close the deal with Trey, she'd have to close the deal with Bunny first.
So Charlotte goes to negotiate with Bunny and delivers one of the best lines of Sex in the City.
I'm worth $1 million.
And if the story ended here, it would be seen as a victory. But sadly, it's only getting started.
Last night, as a single woman.
I can't believe you're getting married.
So it's clear the 3 girls are her bestest and truest friends because no one else is there. She reveals to them that she hasn't slept with Trey.
I finally get to sleep with Trey.
Excuse me? You haven't slept with him yet?
So clearly the rules didn't mean anything because rather than wait for that perfect moment, which is 24 hours away, Charlotte shows up at Trey's ready to sleep with him and gets the surprise of her life. He's impotent. Is that a fair assessment of the situation at hand?
Has this ever happened to you before?
Every now and then.
Oh.
It's crazy that he didn't speak to her or divulge that before. How well could they have really known each other?
Sometimes intercourse just doesn't do it for me.
What about what does it for Charlotte? What about her wants and her needs, her desires and her being fulfilled? that's not even a consideration for Trey. I think we can see communication on both sides is lacking because Charlotte should have been vocal. She wanted this marriage so badly that she glossed over such a major problem between the two of them. It's such a big, grand wedding, and I wonder if any of us could have stepped away in this moment. Could we? I mean, hindsight is 20/20, but this is a life decision.
Trey can't get it up. What?
I always have a little something to say about Carrie. I mean, she's so self-centered sometimes. She can't even give good advice. This is literally your profession, and this is your best friend the rest of her life. Some honesty wouldn't have killed her. This is where you need a Meredith and Christina moment from Grey's Anatomy. You'll be the getaway driver. Just tell her the truth that this is not a sustainable life. But Charlotte makes up her mind. She is getting married, and not even a low libido could stop her. Desperation? Was it too late? You tell me. What do you think?
See, here Trey and I are playing golf.
Charlotte is back from her honeymoon, and she's great at pretenses. Maybe her and Trey are more suited than I think. She shows the girls the pictures and then reveals to Carrie nothing happened on their honeymoon.
Trey and I never had sex on our honeymoon.
So many women think that transitioning from single to married life is the solution to all of their problems, no longer in that vast, dark, and shark-infested dating pool. But what they don't realize is you're thrown into another one. Ooh, that was very Carrie of me. I should throw in a...
I had to wonder. I started to wonder. I couldn't help but 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 wonder.
Charlotte, looking gorgeous, tries to spark some romance. She hopes that being home will allow him to relax. And does it? No. The sad thing is, she doesn't want to directly address the issue, and that's so sad. Married and you can't talk to your husband, your forever partner, the person you're supposed to be with until you die.
Charlotte walked back to her big Park Avenue bed, wishing she had remembered to register for a sex life.
It's a testament to the fact that relationships aren't everything. We see how lonely she is, when this should be the best part of her life, according to her. This should be her greatest accomplishment, achievement, securing the guy, right? Have you ever been in a relationship and just longed for the days you were single?
What kind of impotence do you think it is?
Carrie gives Charlotte a test to see if Trey is truly impotent. I don't even know how she knew this. The results are in. It's not physical, it's emotional. Charlotte feels relieved momentarily and then concerned.
She missed her single life.
Charlotte is completely isolated, and she misses her single life from someone who wanted nothing more than to be married. That's tragic. But do you see what I'm saying? She goes to LA to see the girls, the only 3 people who truly understand her.
I really need a vacation.
Her single, burden-free life, waking up like a Disney princess, knowing that there wasn't a man ruining her mood and robbing her of her happiness.
My marriage is a fake Fendi.
Well, at least she knows. Trey looks great on the outside. To the short-sighted, he probably looks perfect. But up close and personal, he's trapped Charlotte in an artificial marriage.
We've never had sex.
When Charlotte has a taste of the single life, she's put off and ready to get back to Trey, but that's not a solution. Yes, single men can be awful, but that's not a reason to settle. Charlotte lives in extremes, and it does her no favors. Random LA dude wasn't for her, but there could be someone. As their romance continues, Charlotte is doing everything she can. I mean, everything. Just like he slided over the prenup, she slides over the penis procedure info. They settle at going to couples counseling. As an exercise, they rename their private parts Rebecca and Schooner. The therapist asks them to share their fantasies with one another. And in Charlotte's fantasy, she's a fairy princess and he's a pirate, a prince in disguise.
Now you...
I can't do this. I'm a respected surgeon. I can't.
What? Let's break that down. Stigma and shame. That's how he frames and views sex. His psychological issues are sky high, and it's going to take more than Charlotte to knock them down. Trey McDougal is an upper-class, emotionally repressed man. His life is centered on legacy, appearances, and manners. For Trey, sex is not even a topic of discussion. Therefore, it leaves no room for exploration, discovery, experimenting, even kink. Desire is seen as dirty and wrong to him, and being raised by people who skirt around such important topics can create a struggle for someone to connect and explore parts of themselves that are completely normal. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, to add insult to injury, in the middle of the night she catches him masturbating. Honestly, Charlotte should have turned into the town crier that night. The respected surgeon is masturbating. The respected surgeon is masturbating.
It was tension release. It helps me sleep.
In therapy, he calls it a tension release. Oh, that's hurtful.
Find a way to integrate your wife.
With the therapist, they come up with a solution, but it feels hollow and disrespectful to Charlotte. The fact that she has to cut out pictures of her head and put them onto bodies of these busty girls is just sad. I don't think anyone has put this much into a relationship like Charlotte. I mean, at least with all the others, the basics were working. Oh, scratch that. I remember Samantha had a guy who had the world's smallest... If this were just a boyfriend, Charlotte would have probably walked away. Her spirits are being brought down every day by this whole thing. She's a shell of who she used to be.
Stop it! Why do you always have to talk about sex like that?
Look what he did to her. His shame led to her shame, and then has led to her attempting to shame Samantha. Being around Samantha, who is shameless and empowered by her sexual agency, it sends Charlotte over the edge.
Oh my God, you're such a...
A what? What am I, Charlotte?
Charlotte tries to hang out with some of her waspy friends, Kappa this, Kappa that, Southern Belle girls. And in a drunken moment, she divulges too much.
My husband can't get it up.
Just look at these women judging her like she judged Samantha. The internalized misogyny of it all.
What's wrong with you, Charlotte? You're such a... What? What am I, Sydney?
And to them, she had become Samantha.
Seeing the most honest and real side of Charlotte is fun. By comparison, she's the Samantha, and that's okay because there's nothing wrong with being Samantha.
Hey.
Continuing with her brave stance, Charlotte brings some lingerie home.
That's not you. Take it off.
Actually, it is. We see from her initial shopping trip with Carrie, she said, I'm gonna get him to notice me. I want to be someone else.
I don't want to be me. What about these?
She had tried to be something she wasn't with the other lingerie, but then ultimately, in her bravery and her strength and owning who she is, she bought a piece of lingerie that was her.
I'm not a Madonna, and I'm not a whore. I'm your wife, and I'm sexual, and I love you.
Honestly, no wonder all of us can't help but revisit, analyze, and discuss Sex and the City because it's truly a show for the ages. Like, there's so many different layers to it, and you discover more and more as you look back and explore all these different themes.
I think we have a stiff breeze.
The phone debrief between Charlotte and Samantha is one of those perfect moments, showing how the friendship group works. Carrie might be at the center because she's the main character, but the girls do have their own special bonds. Wouldn't it be nice if this is how the story ended with Charlotte and Trey? I think I say that at every stage of them where there's just a glimmer of hope, but no such luck.
This is insane. I'm married. I can't be looking at gardeners.
2 months into the marriage and barely any liftoff. Houston, we have a problem. What's the phrase? I love seeing women in male-dominated fields. Oh, Charlotte. Charlotte cheats, and I say cheats in air quotes, on Trey with the gardener because nobody has tried as hard as Charlotte to make her marriage work. She has taken every step to mend their relationship, and she's the only one taking any steps. Big steps, baby steps, it's only her.
I took a long walk around the property and saw Charlotte kissing the gardener.
Charlotte, you're a McDougal now.
It's no wonder that Trey is so messed up. Bunny found that humorous and comical and normal. What is going on with this family? Even after all of that, Trey doesn't communicate or confront her. He's shirtless, in his boxers.
I guess I'm just gonna have to look the other way.
No marriage is perfect. We can live separate lives and still be together. The whole point of marriage is to share a life. What a nightmare this has turned into.
I think that we should separate for a while.
Alrighty.
Just alrighty. The same phrase when she suggested they get married. Trey is a passive passenger in his own life.
Charlotte came home to her old apartment.
I mean, we already knew the inner workings of Charlotte's brain, but when she says this...
I'll be divorced. And the only thing worse than being 34 and single is being 34 and divorced.
Worse than being 34 and single is being 34 and divorced.
I can think of something worse. Being 34 and trapped in a marriage that doesn't work.
We already know how much Charlotte measures her worth by relationships and marriage. It's not uncommon with society pressures, upbringing. I mean, we can knock Charlotte for saying this, but it was good for the series to show it. She got everything. Marriage, a man with money, and she was still miserable. Your identity, your self-worth cannot be packaged that way because the contents often aren't even worthwhile.
Ever since you left, I can't stop thinking about you.
This certainly is a perplexing turn of events, from not being able to touch her to not being able to keep his hands off her the moment that she was no longer his wife. Disturbing as it is, it pushes Charlotte and Trey to finally talk. TTT, remember? Talk to Trey.
I maybe didn't want to get married to anybody.
It's quite a bombshell, in my opinion, that he hasn't felt sexually inclined towards her since their engagement and didn't even want to be married. This is the most honest they've ever been with one another. To be fair, their communication did keep getting better, so I'll give them that.
Charlotte, I want you to move back in.
Were there moments that you looked at their relationship and thought, maybe this could work, that Charlotte and Trey could have their happily ever after? By the way, I'm still not over the fact that he didn't get down on one knee.
Or it could be a good room for a
BY?
With their problems barely behind them, Charlotte and Trey decide they want to have a baby.
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
Their reservations start with how kids can take a toll on you and end with Trey's creepy relationship with his mother, but ultimately they decide it's what they both want. Speaking of what they want, Trey suggests that Charlotte quit her job, which makes the girls very nervous, and despite all of them treading lightly with her, Charlotte is angry because she thinks Miranda disapproves.
The women's movement is supposed to be about choice.
The women's movement is about choice. She's not wrong. She's actually hilarious.
I am quitting my job to make my life better and do something worthwhile, like have a baby and cure AIDS.
Good God, I would prefer not to work. But it has to be for the right reasons, not because of Trey, the husband who could barely get it up altogether.
Why are you leaving this fantastic job?
I'm on the board of the Lenox Hill Pediatric AIDS Foundation.
Charlotte is working so hard to believe her lies, and I ultimately believe she convinces herself. She quits and walks away from the gallery. I'm all for women not working by choice and living a soft life. We deserve to be fanned and fed strawberries. Curate your own space and your own life. I just think the question remains. Who thinks Charlotte was doing it for the right reasons?
It means it's going to be that much more difficult for you to conceive naturally.
How much more difficult?
I'd give it a 15% shot.
She finds out that their chances of conceiving are 15%. So what does this challenge bring to their marriage? Does it bring them closer together? You would hope so, but it drives them further apart. IVF is not easy. It's a testament to women's strength. And what does Trey do? As her husband, as a doctor, no less. Is he looking for OBGYNs, experts in fertility? Is he exhausting all his contacts and connections as a damn surgeon?
Maybe we should look at cutting back on your fertility drugs.
No. Charlotte bravely looks for other avenues to become a mother, for them to be parents. It shows how pure her heart is and how rotten to the core the McDougalls are.
I don't enjoy Mandarin food, and I don't enjoy a Mandarin child.
I don't know if we can even call this veiled racism. It was overt.
And I'm doing the research, and I am in the chat room with all of the other reproductively challenged women, and I'm learning Mandarin.
Get a hold of yourself.
You get a hold of yourself and try to keep your mother out of it.
Trey once again goes behind Charlotte's back and shares their plans with his mother. Let's just call it Bunny's bigotry. Her white lineage will not be tainted. It's exactly like the prenup battle, but this is one that Charlotte cannot win.
I'm exhausted. How much work is a marriage supposed to be?
Once we have a baby.
That could take years. I'm 43. When does it get easy? I don't think I want to have a baby anymore.
I bounce between thinking Charlotte and Trey were well suited to this man couldn't be worse for Charlotte. Their whole marriage has been Charlotte desperately trying to help Trey with his problems. There's a cruel irony in the fact that Charlotte fought time after time to get through a highly stigmatized male issue, but when she struggles with fertility, what does Trey do? Does he fight the same fight that she did for him? No, he gives up.
I want a baby. I don't think I should have to give that up.
And I think this fracture in their relationship is the greatest betrayal of all.
Trey, you don't have
No.
to.
This is important to you. I at least want to do this.
And just like that, it's over. Okay, so what do you guys think about the relationship between Charlotte and Trey? Could you relate to it? Yes, it has its own middle-class spin, but I think it's relative to many relationships. A woman giving her absolute all and getting basically nothing in return. Scratch that, she got an apartment. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.